This is Doug Stout. I'm with William Rine. It's Friday the 13th, 2016. William, you go by Bill. When were you born?
Toboso.
What date?
1926.
August.
August.
Okay, August 9th?
9th.
Okay. And
26.
so you were born out in Toboso. Did you go to Newark schools then, or did you go to...
I went to Toboso, and then I went to Madison School out east, and then I went to high school. I went to Lincoln, and then the high school. I went 4 different schools in my... You know, I just kept going up the line there.
And then when did you get out of high school?
Uncle Sam took me out.
You got drafted?
I got drafted.
How old were you?
18.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish high school. I thought, well, when I get out, I'll go back to high school. Nah.
Not
I
then.
didn't do it.
So when did you go into the service then?
And, what was it? I know that was a long time ago.
Okay. That's fine. Where did you do your basic training at?
Camp Fannin, Texas.
And you were in the Army?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you go after Camp Fannin?
I went, what was the name of that?
It was in Kentucky, wasn't it?
I went someplace over before Kentucky, but I can't think of it. I wasn't there but 2 or 3 weeks. Camp Camel, Kentucky.
Okay. And what were they training you to do?
I was a military policeman.
Okay. So about what year was that, you know?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I was 18 at that time. Maybe about 19.
Okay.
Did
26.
you tell me about 1946 or 45 or
Yeah,
something?
something like that, yeah.
So the war was still going on?
It was. In fact, I got my clothes ready and stamped, and they was getting ready to ship me to Germany. And the war ended.
Okay.
So I didn't have to go. They made a military policeman out of me.
All right, so that would have been if the war ended in Germany about 1945.
Yes.
So they didn't then ship you off to Japan or anything?
No.
With the Pacific?
No, I went to Camp Camel, Kentucky, and there's where I was a military policeman.
Okay. And is that where you just stayed down there and then did your service?
I did. Got discharged from there.
How many years were you in? Do you remember when you were discharged, or how many years you did?
How many years did I do? 4 years? 3 years? Oh, shoot.
3 or 4, huh?
3 or 4.
So it was 48 or 49 probably when you got out.
Yeah.
And then what'd you do? Did you come back to Newark, or?
Yeah, I came back to Newark.
Did you think about staying in the service, or?
I was recommended for it. To, no, I had enough. I got out.
So when you came home, what did you do?
I went to work at Owens Corning.
Okay. So that's why you didn't finish high school. You just came back and got a job, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you retire from Owens?
No. No, I worked out to Kaiser for a while, aluminum.
Yeah.
And then I made golf clubs after that.
What golf?
The old Burt Golf.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it finally turned to Thoughtless and what have you, but I finished work years in making golf clubs.
That's something to do. I think you're the first one I've talked to that's done that.
I did.
He made a set of golf clubs for Sammy Davis Jr.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Did you get to meet him?
Nope.
Okay.
I sent them to him.
So he ordered them and...
Yep. I made them and I shipped them to him, and I suppose he spent years playing with them.
Yeah.
He told me he made some for some other famous people, but he couldn't remember who they were.
Right.
But he did remember Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat.
Something else very neat too with him is he made golf clubs for 40 years, did you tell me? Better than 40 years, but he never played a game of golf.
Never played a game in my life.
Did you ever care to, or?
I made myself a set to play. Never did. Never cared for it, I guess.
Wasn't your idea of fun, huh?
Nope.
When you were down in Kentucky doing your military police, is there anything that any story or anything that you can remember that sticks out in your mind? Anything that happened while you were down there, or?
No, nothing is unusual.
Okay.
Just normal service down there.
Tell him who was with you, tell him about the guy that,
The big Swede.
yeah.
I can't remember his name anymore, but he was a big dude. Always ornery back in days. He says, you go in there and start a fight. I'm going to go in there and finish it. And this guy was big.
So did you do it?
Yeah.
Did you go in?
Yeah.
They probably didn't like to see him come through the door, did they?
Nope. Boy, he come flying out the door. They threw him out. He threw them guys out a lot of them.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Back wild and woolly days, I guess.
Yeah.
He saved a lot of guys from getting in serious trouble. They'd come in drunk at night and stuff and late, and he'd take them and
I got them off the train at night.
he got them back to the barracks.
Back to the barracks. I was supposed to arrested them. No. They were nice guys. I just took them to their barracks and put them to bed.
Let him sleep it off?
Yeah. So they could finish the night sleeping it off.
That's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah, I didn't want to get any of them in trouble after all.
Yeah. I bet they were appreciative of that.
Oh, yes. When he sobered up.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Did you keep in touch with anybody after the war that you served with?
One guy, yes. What was his name? I don't know. He was driving a big semi. He stopped out here when he came through north, stopped and parked his semi out there on the highway, and came over to see me.
Nice.
And he visited me a little while, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track of everybody.
Yeah. So it was nice of him to stop to see me because he came through north, you know.
Right. What do you want people to remember about your service years? What would you want people to remember about the time you spent in the service?
Oh, I don't know. I guess. It's hard to remember what it.
Yeah.
I know what I would want him to remember is that he was a kind and a good guy.
Yeah.
He would, because he's told me things, and he would go out of his way so that people didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did that. I've done a lot of that. I could have gotten in trouble myself for doing it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you ever get in any trouble? Did anybody ever find out?
No. So My sister came down to Camp Campbell, Kentucky to see me once, and I took her a ride in my Jeep that I rode around in all the time, you know, doing patrol.
Right.
I took her a ride. She really liked it.
Were you allowed to do that?
No,
Oh.
not particularly. Her and some girlfriend, a lady friend of hers, came with her, and I took her a ride in it. Not a very long ride, but
Right.
a little ride.
Yeah. Give her the experience, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get home very much when you were in the service?
No, not too much. I directed traffic too a lot when I was down to Camp Campbell, Kentucky. Intersections on the base.
Mm-hmm.
I'd stand out in the middle of the street and this way, that way, you know, motion the cars to which direction to go and when to go. And I've done a lot of that too.
What else they have you do?
That's about it.
How about your KP?
KP?
Yeah.
Well, every serviceman had to do KP. Peel potatoes and stuff.
So that's just not a story. That really happened. Everybody
That
had to
really
peel
happened.
potatoes.
Yeah, it's not a story. I just
So he still has to do it.
Oh. But you didn't get in trouble and have to do KP. That was just what you had to do that day.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble and they made me do KP. No, you have to take your turn at it, and if you peel potatoes for several thousand guys, that's a lot of potatoes.
I guess. How did you adjust to Army life when you went in? Was it a big adjustment for you to do your basic and everything, or?
Probably a little bit in my basic training, because I was pretty young, and my parents kind of spoiled me a little bit too. But my basic training was a little scary. It was in Camp Fannin, Texas, and you get down on your arm, you crawl like you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And all in the sand was scorpions, rattlesnakes.
Yuck.
And that was scary.
I'll bet.
But see, you crawling along like this with your M1 rifle, and they's firing a machine gun over the top of it, so you couldn't raise your butt up or get up.
Right.
And you had to stare them things. It wasn't a fun thing to do.
Do you remember if anybody was stung or bitten?
Nobody ever got bit, but they told us when we got up in the morning in our barracks, shake our boots before I put them on. Because them rattlesnakes, it's chilly at night down there. And they'd get in your boots to keep warm.
Mercy.
But I never had to shake one out of my boots, but I shook my boots anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I just shook them good.
Yeah.
Mercy.
But that's what they told us to do, so it's kind of an experience.
Well, I guess it was. Was that your first time away from home?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I guess I cried a little bit when I left home. Never been away from home, my mom or anything.
Right.
So.
I'm sure you aren't the only one that cried a little bit when they left home.
No, my dad, he took me to the train station, put me on it, and I shed a few tears. He kind of consoled me a little bit and said, "It won't be too long, you'll be back." I got I think I had 1 or 2 furloughs while I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I got to come home for a couple of weeks and then I had to go back. And
was it hard going back after a furlough?
yeah, a little bit hard, yeah.
Did you catch the train down here in Newark, or did you have to go to Columbus to catch a train?
I caught it here in Newark. The trains run, passenger trains run at that time
Right.
through this area. So
His mother's health wasn't good, so
wasn't she?
so anyway, he was really close with his mom and dad, and helped his mom a lot. So it was,
My mother had polio,
Oh.
and she could only walk from one piece of furniture to the other
Mm-hmm.
and hang on, you know. And she raised us kids that way.
How many? That's what I was going to ask you. Did you have brothers and sisters?
I had one sister, no brothers,
She younger or older?
older. My sister was 3 years older than me. She worked for a high power
Okay.
in the office.
So when you got drafted, was she still at home, or were you the only one at home?
She was still home.
Okay. So she was still home to help out some.
Yeah. Yeah, she was at home, so she could do the cooking, help mom, and do things. My mother was really a good-natured lady. Everybody said that met her said, I could go in there and feel really down. But after I've spent some time with her, I went out of the house all upbeat, you know.
Yeah.
And my mother was pretty precious.
When did the polio get her?
Oh, shortly after she married my dad.
That was a big thing back then to worry about polio.
Yep. Sure was back in.
Is there anything else either one of you can remember about that you want to make sure we get on this tape? Any stories he's told, or
How was that?
is there anything else you can remember that you want to make sure we get recorded? Anything else about basic training or about your service?
Oh, I can't think of anything.
Like you said, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking time to do this.
It's good. As much as I can remember, that was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
But it's important that we get it remembered.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
I'll soon be 90 years old, and that was a long time ago to me.